So, are you currently evaluating auto RTGs for your terminal and you don't know where to start with? You feel you got so many aspects to consider and you really don't know where to start? This video is for you. My name is Christopher and welcome to this Lightboard session for future-proof container terminals. So let's start. We got here three main aspects to consider when evaluating the auto RTG setup. Let's go with number one, electrification and data connection. It can be you are already an existing terminal. As you may know, most of the terminals worldwide already got an RTG setup, probably a diesel RTG operation, and they are evaluating different type of power sources, such as hybrid or maybe going into an electrification. So you got two roads over here. As you may see, if you got, for example, a diesel RTG, you can choose as a power source the hybrid and then automate. If that's your way, you should consider first how this will impact your layout. Two, you should consider how you will be transferring data for your future automation. That's why we got here that you should consider 4E options, LTE options, or probably 5G options that are currently in an earlier stage in our industry. You should also consider if you will be using a public network or probably a private network. So that's something you need to take in mind when considering the hybrid solution. Then if you're going to electrify before evaluating different level of automation, you got two options here. You can go through the cable reel option or the bus bar. Which option is the best? As I told you on previous videos, it all depends of your specific case. Both of the options got pros and cons, and you need to consider, first of all, how you are currently working and how you are expecting to work with these future automated RTGs. So regarding the data connection, for any of those, cable reel or bus bar, you should have to consider again a private or public network for your solution. Any of those you consider 4G, LTE, or maybe a future 5G connection. So once you have identified which will be your road here regarding hybrid or electric solutions, then you will need to consider the infrastructure and deployment. This is a really interesting one, especially for the brownfield terminals, because most of those terminals will be limited for spacing, and on top of that you got an ongoing operation that you cannot stop. So you will need to take a look, for example, to the block configuration. If you got a diesel RTG layout and you're planning to electrify, probably you will go into a back-to-back layout. So all those aspects need to be considered. And according to the automation level, we need to consider the human-machine segregation. By this I mean fences that will limit the operation from a conventional equipment, for example, or people, versus the automated vehicles or the automated cranes in this case. So we always suggest this should be a step-by-step approach. You should identify where in the yard will be the best spot to start automating and how you will be progressing on this type of solutions. Okay, so now you got the electrification and data connection aspect. You take a look into the infrastructure and deployment. Now you should consider what will be your automation level and how will you reach there. We got different automation levels. You know, you will start with the remote operation. So basically the crane operator will be on a specific site, probably in an office. It will be 1 versus 1. Then we'll got the supervised modes. Probably at this mode you will have additional cranes being supervised or monitored by one person, and then we'll have fully automated cranes in such a way one operator can even monitor 5, or according to the type of operation, maybe more. It all depends of your specific case on which type of block you are planning to deploy this type of RTG. But in an overall view, you need to really understand your way of working and match that way of working with the future automation. A very important aspect here is that you must consider and understand your way of working, because you need to identify which level will match your terminal's KPIs. Now that you got a clear roadmap on how to evaluate the Auto RTG setup in your terminal, let me know what are your main challenges when considering the electrification and data connection, infrastructure and deployment, or the automation level. If you like this video, please like and share, and keep tuned for more.